Hello, it's Rick from Seeking Solitude, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making a new Smitty sled. I do have this one that I made about 3 years back. It's made out of 2x4s and 2x6s, and it's been a great Smitty sled, but it's heavy, the wood chips, and I've always wanted to make one out of aluminum, except I've never had the skills to weld. So I was recently perusing Amazon. I found these fittings for 1-inch tubes, corner ones, and then bottom brackets. So this motivated me to try and figure out how to use these along with some aluminum extruded tubing to make a new Smitty sled. So that's what we're going to do today. So follow along, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot of learning in this process, so please just bear with me. But by the end of the video, we should have a nice aluminum Smitty sled. Fingers crossed. Alright, here's the, the materials list. And I'll put links in the description. But I got the fittings, corner pieces, bottom pieces, 3 different sizes of eye bolts, and you'll see what I'm going to do with this. I'm not sure if these are 3/16, these are a quarter. I'm probably going to end up using the quarter ones. But we got trailer coupler pins because I want to make this Smitty sled collapsible, or at least break it down and make it easy to set up again. Some bigger eye bolts that we'll use at the front of the skis to pull it. Some number 8 metal screws, and then the extruded aluminum tubing that I got from Lowe's. I got 2 8-foot sections for about $22 a piece. And I cut 4 6-inch pieces, 2 26-inch pieces, and 2 37-inch pieces. I also got some thread lock and some rubber tape to put on this just to make it a little bit more anti-slip when I put the actual jet sled on. But that should be it. So the cross beams have been pre-drilled into the corner brackets. I'm just going to go follow up with a 1/4-inch drill bit and just make the holes a little bit bigger. So this is my vision. I have 3/16 couplers in here now. These are the cross beams, and then 3/16 1.5 couplers. And then my vision is that once I can, when traveling, take this apart and make it, again, not foldable, but just easier to transport. So that's that. That's the cross beams and my thought behind that. And that's why I wanted, in terms of this bracket, this cross section, to have the most, contact inside the bracket, just to offer stability, since this piece is not going to be permanent, right? It's a fixable piece, meaning it be removed and reattached. So I just wanted that extra support for the cross beam. Okay, now that we've got the cross beams attached, we're going to drill and secure the legs in, and then drill and secure the side beams. I'm going to do one corner at a time just so I don't ruin the orientation. Because there's so many corners, I just want to make sure that I keep everything aligned and tight. So one corner at a time. Another item to take into consideration is this cross beam is the backstop for the side rail. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this off just to secure it, so I know it should be before I start drilling. It's like that. Okay, all the holes are drilled. It's time to put this bad boy together. It's kind of ironic building a Smitty sled in the middle of July when it's 90 degrees out. But I guess it's a good one to cool down. Thinking of frozen lakes and big fish. Okay, on the outside leg we are using a 1/4 inch eyebolt. This is so that we can attach bungee cords to it to keep the jet sled secure. So that's that. We're also going to use nylon inserted nuts just to keep it extra firm. And the outside side rail, we're just using, let's say, the 2.5 inch, actually 1.5 inch, 1/4 inch bolt, stainless steel. Again, with nylon bolts to keep it from slipping. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach all these corners, secure it. I'm not going to fully tighten them until I actually secure this platform on the skis. Then I will tighten everything. I just want to make sure everything's nice and square when I put it on the, I have the ability to make it square when I put it on the skis. Okay, the platform is done, so I'm pretty excited about that. Now I got to get the skis ready to mount it on it. So I did remove the bindings and I filled the holes with black caulk. One of my regrets was I didn't tape these off and do a cleaner job of filling these holes. Maybe I'll do that later, who knows, but I just may live with it. But I marked the center. When I'm getting ready to mount the base, one thing I do want to ensure is that the skis are parallel. And another important thing to note when you're building a Smitty sled is most skis have this, you can see, a natural curve to them. So you don't want to space your legs too far apart. You do want them to put pressure when all the weight of your gear's on there to create more surface area on the ice. I did mine 26 inches. My guess is that it's still too far. It's going to be here and it's going to be here. I'm not going to get a whole lot of pressure down, but I'm just going to have to live with that. Then another concern I have with these skis is when I attach an eye hook to the front here. The front of these skis don't have a big lip. I'm going to insert another video right here to show you how my old skis, they come up way more, which makes it conducive to put a hook in there. I don't have a lot of room to put a hook and then have something hang underneath here. It's just going to drag on the ice and create resistance. So I need to figure that out. That's probably the biggest challenge I've had thus far. But I have some ideas in mind, so we'll figure that out in a second. I did mark the center. I do want to keep it as close to the tip as possible because that's where all the curve is. So I did mark it in the center. Again, I do want to place 2 eye hooks here so that I can attach rope to actually pull this bad boy. So that's the plan. Okay, the holes have been drilled. Now we need to bevel out the bottoms with this special bit so that we can put the screw going upwards so it is below the surface of the ski, so we can fill that with wax. So that's what we're going to do now, is just bevel these out so we can put the screw in there and a washer so it's below ski level. Okay, after you bevel those holes, You want to make sure that you come with a razor, a sharp one, so brand new blade, and just get rid of all those rough edges. Again, you want this to be extremely flat, so just work your way around all these holes. Again, it's not going to be perfect. We'll fill it with wax when we're done, but we just want to get rid of all that fringy stuff. Like that. Okay, we're going to drill out the holes for the front loops and putting them close. Just the edge. There it is. Look how clean that is. Actually, the highlight of my day right there. Hopefully that Loctite works. If it doesn't, it won't be the highlight of my day in the future. But I'm happy with it. This is the solution for the front. I use these 3/16 hooks. They have longer bottoms. But I use that. This is where the Loctite came in. So I put a washer, put the bolt, and then I applied Loctite before, and I cut it off. So it's got a super slim profile. I'm actually pretty happy with it. But this is the one I had ordered blindly off of Amazon. It's ginormous. Look how big it is compared to this. It's huge, and that would have stuck out. So this is again, I'll stick a carabiner in here for the pulling rope. Use Loctite, the temporary stuff, and that should work. It's pretty solid, so I'm actually pretty happy with it. But this or this was a super low profile, so I'll take it. Before I attach the sled or the platform to the skis, I need to drill a hole out for 2 more eye hooks right here. Dink and dink, so that I can wrap and use bungee cords to strap this thing down. So I need to measure that right now, and then drill those holes before I actually put the skis on, attach the skis. I use 2 sleds. I have the smaller one and the bigger one. I've been using the bigger one more. I did attach those little claws for the auger, which seems cool, but I'm going to take them off. But when you put them in the truck, they just take up more space and make it more challenging to pack your truck with all your ice fishing gear, or you can just lay your auger on top. So those are coming off. But that's the next step right now before I actually attach the platform to the skis. I'm going to measure and drill out holes for another set of eye hooks to strap that jet sled down. More to come. Okay, 23.5 is the mark for the other eye hook. Alright, now's the tedious part. I'm going to attach this platform, these legs, to the skis. Requires one number 8 screw by 1 inch with a washer, and again a nylon threaded bolt. What do they call these things? Bolt? Is it a bolt? They're nuts. It's a nut. Nylon threaded nut. Nut. What? Nuts. Anyways, 1 inch. This is going in from the bottom up. And a washer attached to the top. And then this nylon threaded nut. Okay, last step is we got to install these last 2 eye bolts. So we just applied the rubber to the top of the crossbars here. Now we got to drill through the rubber to allow that cross bolt to come through. One. That's 2. I don't know if you can see, but I got longer bolts for this because when the sled comes up, I wanted to hit this, and as the bungees are pulling it, I wanted to pull against this. So I went with a taller one. This is a 3-incher, and I left a bolt on top, so that I can just use that as the stop, right? And then I have another 1/4 inch with a nylon insert to put on the bottom here to stop that. But the black worked out nicely. That was just random. I was at Lowe's and found that. So we're going to tighten that. The nylon stop. One more. There. So now when the sled's on top, it'll hit that. There'll be a stop as the bungees are pulling everything to the left. That'll be the stop for the sled. Keep it stable. And because it's black, it looks sexy. The other thing I did was to mark the undercarriage of each joint for the crossbar. 1 there, 2 there, 3 there, and 4 there, just so when I know that when I take the crossbars out, I'm aligning them to the correct one, because all the drilling was specific to each corner, so you want to make sure it lines up. So that will help keep it easy when I'm setting everything up. Here's a comparison. New, old. This is like my ride. The new one is seriously lighter. I said 20 pounds, maybe 30. Yeah, I like a wider Smitty Sled because I have a bigger jet sled. Carry more. With the befores and the afters. I'm sure I'm happy with it. It turned out really good. Let me get a picture of it. collapsed. Alright, here it is. All taken down, deconstructed in a ski sling, which is actually pretty cool because, oops, as I drop it, but it's got the ski sling on it so you can actually strap it over your shoulders when you're walking. And then I'll figure out something to do with the two crossbars, attach them somehow.